All right. So, welcome everyone. My name is Adrian. I'm the founder and creator of Magician on Duty. And with me today, we have Pascal, also known as Kalitos. And we're recording this video to talk a little bit more about his upcoming release on Duty called Life. And the release was in collaboration with Maite. His DJ name is VBRTNS. Good to have you here, Pascal. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you as well for the invitation. Yes.
My pleasure. So you've been in the music industry for quite a while, and I've seen your names on several labels that I follow, and I was super happy when you messaged me about this release. I really like the tracks. One is called Life. It's also remixed by a fellow Berlin, right? You're in Berlin. You're based in Berlin.
Yes.
So
For me and
Berlin,
Leipzig, but it's from the scene. It's close. Yes.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
And
So we got Life, and then Life is also remixed by Kerosino, amazing artist. He had a preview release with me, and it was fantastic. And then also the other track is called When the Vocals Drop. So this release is coming out in a couple of weeks, and we just want to catch up with you in regards to this release. And I would say first, tell me a little bit more about yourself. How did you end up making music, producing music, DJing?
yeah, so I started playing violin when I was 6. I was connected to the music like all the time. And in 2007, I discovered electronic music to make, produce, and Ableton. I'm Ableton user now since 2007. Lots of releases from Ableton. So
Wow.
and therefore I got a lots of experience and fun all the years, lots of studio experiences and different places. Now I have a studio there, and that's also what I use to meet people. And Malta, to tell this example, I was getting attention via social media. Just saw him traveling and making music, and this was kind of interesting to me. And that's why I invited him. Yeah, that's the story behind. So from scratch up, and I like to also bring things together. So to produce, this is my experience actually.
Very nice. So you guys actually had time to work on this in person together?
Yes, it's what I joined and enjoyed a lot with Malte, because we started to just make a meeting for a hang around to get to know each other in person. And there have been good vibes, and we just chilled together and jammed a little bit. And he's also in the same town here. Now he's in New Zealand basically, but he's like this is kind of his personality as well, to a lot and see the world. And that's what's also inspiring me to have him here. He had his time in Leipzig and was like 1 year. And this 1 year we had like almost once a week time to get several tracks.
Nice. I'm happy to hear that. I know it's very important to try to, especially when you do collaborations, to do it in person. From my experience, there's a lot of artists that collaborate, and they work in their studio, they work on a project file, then they pack that, send it over, then the other producer started working on different things. So yeah, I really enjoy to having collaboration with artists and do it in person live. I feel it's great because you really connect with that person, and then when everything flows, it's just so special. So
that's what I enjoyed as well.
Very nice. I'm really happy to hear that. So do you have any thoughts on the first track, the story behind that, or it was just something spontaneous and you guys put it together? Or
it's like often we started with a jam. It was just a musical idea without like too much topic in background. The sound, for me, it's always to find a name or find a topic. It's more with the sound, and I'm asking myself, okay, what do I hear with the sound? What does it tell about myself or about us? And we decided to take this title because it's a new time for both of us. I know that's what we talked about. You get to know somebody personal when you meet in the studio. And for me, I know about his life. It was changing a lot in this time. It's like, it's a bit ago. It's like half a year or a year ago where we started to produce that track. And yes, there started a new era of life in his life and in my life.
A new chapter, yeah.
Yes, new chapter, as to become the magician on duty terms.
Yeah. That's great. Happy to hear that. And then also when the vocals drop, where is the vocal from? Did you guys record it?
We recorded by our own, yes. I always try to record vocals on my own, yes.
Nice. I think it's such a kind of like grimy, down tempo, like has a lot of oomph to it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a track that has a special place. Whatever set you have, I mean, at least for me personally, think about it. When I listen to music, there's a lot of music that I have in my playlist. I know it's not gonna fit everywhere, but there's a certain moment where this track in a certain setting, it's gonna have so much impact. So was it the same thing with this track too? You guys were just jamming and then you said, I think this will work great with it, or was there any certain creative process for this one?
It was because we both are in like 105 BPM or 110 BPM natural habitat, I would say. For this track, we started with a slow number. We wanted to take like 96, and this 96 was naturally giving us new ideas, and needed to be this kind of slow banger, I would call it maybe. I had a vocal in my ear, but I didn't know the text. I just like mumbling. I asked Malte, okay, what does it sound like? Okay, so
he had to figure out like, what does my mumble means? What's the meaning of my mumble?
Exactly. It's also like somebody would say it's not with a concept behind or something, but this is actually what's coming from my mind. So the musical idea that's what's coming from the inside, and I try to interpret that's what's coming from inside.
Very nice. So the track is at what, 105?
No, it's 96 actually.
96. Okay.
Pretty slow.
Nice. I remember my times when I was a resident DJ here in Miami, and a lot of times I would open the club and I would always start my sets around maybe even 80 to 85 and then probably finish the opening set, I don't know, maybe sometimes depending on the vibe of the club and whoever was playing after me, maybe one. I haven't had the opportunity to do that many times. I think my last set like that, when I played in Berlin, I had the 7-year anniversary for Magician on Duty, and I had a 3 hours opening set. Same, I started around 80 and probably, I don't know, finished like 110 or 115, and it was great. There's a lot of great music in that range. Just want to switch it up when you perform. Do you do a live set or do you play CDJs? What's your preference? Where is your head in regards to that?
That's actually also changing for me right now, because the industry, as we talked about already, is also changing. And for me personally, I played DJ sets in the past with CDJs and everything. I started with vinyls as well. I play like all the things, but usually I do like CDJ sets with maybe a third turntable to have just a hi-hat thing or analog delay or something to pep it up a little bit. But right now I'm in the studio not for any track issues. Nowadays I prepare my live set. I really want to do a live set and connected as well, not laptops, but it's also important for me to get live. I really want to do that. There are still lots of artists. A DJ is also an artist, but today not every DJ for me is an artist, because it mixes up with people just getting to know the sound, not really deep. I don't want to be negative, but for me nowadays, all the DJs, it's time to see the difference.
Of course, I totally understand you, and I think we spoke about this a little bit before. And personally, I think that it's definitely the age of social media, and I think social media definitely impacted this. Depending how you look at it, positive, negative. Obviously, there's a lot to social media, but like everything in life, there's minuses, there's pluses, but we have to acknowledge that things are changing, things are always changing, and we should embrace change. And I think it's a great thing to take action towards something that speaks to our friends, speaks to our listeners, and we are keeping it fresh, but in our own way and on our own authentic way, right?
Yes. So to come back to your question, for me, it's also more fun for me, because the most reason for me is fun, to have fun. And with a new live set, I think I can have a lot of fun, actually. That's why I want to do
it. Yes. That's great. I have many friends that do that, and they told me that there is a lot of work, but they feel so fulfilled. And also, it offers something very special to the listeners. And wherever you're participating, in any party or festival that you're going, you're going to bring something very unique to the table. And that's great. I feel like we need, in a way, a little bit more people to try to do something unique. Yes. And I think that even if you don't succeed at that, even by trying, it's still something great because that sparks a lot of creativity. Maybe it opens the door for you for something else. Maybe there are a lot of happy accidents in terms of this. Same like you were in a studio. When you have a happy accident and you create something that you never thought of, tried a new way of producing something, or you found a plugin, or you try a synth or something, and then that thing becomes something great. So I like that. Tell me what's next for you? New releases or any performances? I guess very soon the festival season starts in Germany. And do you have any gigs that you're looking forward to?
For me, it's enough to participate right now. It's not about to play too much. Playing the booking game is not so important for me. And having releases coming on Easy Tiger.
I love them. Yes, I'm very close with them, and I love everything that they do. It's great. So. Very nice.
It's also released together with Vibrations with Malte, same way, and it's remixed by Girl. And I'm really happy to get these remixers from the Ostend crowd. And it's
very nice. Yeah.
Also personal history behind that. And another release, it's not so in down-tempo direction, it's more 125. It's like overlasting from my more fast episodes, but it's a release also I'm really proud of. It's with a remix from Green Lake Project, Stefan Zowski and Malone together. I really appreciate it, and it's lots of work from the past years, and now it's all coming together, and everything takes its time.
Of course.
I'm really happy about that.
That's great. Look, I'm very happy for you. Both releases that you have coming soon, they're on great labels with some great people, very dedicated artists, and I have a lot of respect for these people. And I got to meet them and experience many of them every time I went to Germany. Great people, so talented, so much to learn. Super excited for you. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for the trust, for trusting me with your art and your music. I will encourage everybody to follow Pascal Kalitos on SoundCloud or Instagram. I think SoundCloud will be better, right? I'm really looking forward to the release date for live with Vibrations, and thank you everyone for your time, and I'll see you guys soon.
I will say thanks a lot for your great label work, really professional.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.